So in this video we're going to be doing a tier list again, and this is the tier list I made a few videos ago, but there's a few things I've changed my mind about. When I made this tier list I was pretty new to the game, and now that I've had time with all of the characters a bit more, I've changed my mind on where a lot of them go. So let's see what changes in this tier list. So to start off with, on the D rank, most of these characters I think we'll just leave them here. Some especially I'm putting here because, like I said in the last tier list, this character and Entoma, I've wasted my mats on them and I don't have a resetter to get them back, so I really hate these two characters. But actually I'm going to move Entoma one tier up because she works really well with the new aura. So the aura that does the lightning damage, she works well with that aura. So if you have the two of them, you can definitely use her. But yeah, the healer is Endre. I think I'm going to move her up a bit. I'm going to leave this guy here. And Nabe, I'm still gonna leave her here. Sometimes when I find her in PvP, she does a lot of damage. I've even lost to a few players that play Nabe. But for me, I think she's not really a good fit for my team, and I don't really like her that much. She's single target mostly. There is a new Nabe now that is multi-target, so she has some AoE skills. But yeah, I just don't like her that much. Sebas, I'm going to leave him at C rank. He is a bit stronger than I first thought, but again, he's single target and he doesn't really do that much damage. But if you're fighting something that's blue, so you need a green damage, he does a lot. In the Monster Hunter event he really came in handy, but outside of there I don't think I would use him. Next I just put Endre here, so that's fine. She does good healing and she does buffs as well, but really all of the healers are not really useful unless you have one of these two, or also Pandora's Actor is good. Yeah, Clementine, I'll still leave her here. She does do good defense down, I think. I'm not sure, I haven't played with her except for in the story mode, but I think she did do defense down. And then Nigun, I'm also going to leave him here. He summons that angel which gives good defense, and I think the angel does counter as well, and he also powers down enemies, so that's good. But again, if you have like one of these healers or Pandora's Actor or even a tank, then you can't really take a healer and a tank, and then you won't really have enough space left to take DPS characters. So next let's look at Hamsuke. So I don't really use him. I've heard he's good in PvE, but in PvP he gets destroyed easily, so I'm going to leave him at B rank. And then we have Lupus Regina. So she's pretty good as a healer, still not as good as Renner or Pestonia. But yeah, at the beginning of the game she definitely carries you through, unless you somehow got lucky at the beginning of the game and got one of these two healers. And then we have Aura here. So she's actually a really strong character, but her HP is very low. So she does similar to what Momon does, where she can attack after you attack with another character. She gets a free attack, and that's pretty good, but with her low HP she gets destroyed easily. So although I have built her up, I don't keep her in my main team. I sometimes use her in my second or third team because I don't have proper second and third teams built up. But yeah, Gazef, I'm actually gonna move him up a tier now, because at first I thought he wasn't that good, but I found someone that could beat all of my main team with Gazef, so I've definitely moved him up. And then on one of my ults I've built up Gazef, and he does a lot of damage on there. He's just as good as my Momon on my ult, but obviously if you build Momon up all the way, he's gonna be way better. At least in my opinion, he's my favorite character. So yeah, next we have Cocytus. I'm gonna move him up one as well. Actually I'm going to leave him there because of his health problem. He has the same problem as Aura here, so he does a lot of damage and he stacks that bleed debuff a lot, but he gets destroyed easily and he has low health. And then we have Yuri Alpha. I moved her up here because she was really useful as a tank, so I just move her down one place here because she's not really that useful in the later game. But yeah, we have Gazef here on the A tier, and then we have Albedo. This is the regular Albedo that you get from the expedition. And then we have Brain Anglos. So I'm going to move him up to S rank, even though he's just a purple SR character. He's definitely one of my favorite characters. He's on my main team, and even when I need a character on my second team and I'm not using my main team there, then I use Brain. What I mean by that is sometimes you have a boss that like red characters don't work so well on, so I'm gonna take green characters or something. I still keep him on that team because he is useful against anything really. This guy with the chains, I'm gonna leave him here, but I don't really use him that much. I've reset him, I've taken all of my mats back, and that's not really just because I don't like him, it's because I've pulled so many SSR characters that I needed the mats to build them up. I've even pulled Rena recently, but I have no mats to build her up, so I'm gonna reset Inferior when I get a resetter and then build her up. So yeah, I'm going to leave him on the A rank for now, and then we're going to move Evil Eye. I want to move her up one rank, but she has the same HP problem as Aura and Cocytus, but I'm going to keep her on A rank because she does more damage than them, so she can stay here. Also, she does a lot of AoE damage, so if you need that for maybe there's a boss with lots of minions, she's good to take that out. Next we have Inferior. I'm just gonna move him down because really the healers you want to go for in the late game are all SSR. These SR healers are good, but they're not as good as what you get with the SSR ones. Next we have Pandora's Actor. So he's also a good healer and he does a bit of damage, but he's not as good as Princess Rena and Pestonia, so I'm going to keep him in A rank. Although he is quite good, I haven't fully built him yet. Maybe he will go in S rank once I fully build him and test him. But yeah, for now I'm going to keep him in A rank. And then we have Mare. So he is very strong, and I didn't know this when I did the last tier list, but now I've got him up to 5 stars and I've equipped his proper Arclight and stuff. And yeah, he's pretty strong. He does most damage outside of my Momon, which is 6 star now, and he has a 2 star Arclight, so he's the strongest on my team. But yeah, Mare does a lot of damage, definitely a S rank character. Also, that seed debuff thing that he does, it gives free HP to everyone in your team. So on some teams where you need to do a lot of damage and you can't afford to bring a healer because it will bring down how much damage you're doing, definitely bring this. It will provide some healing and also do a lot of damage. Next we have this tank Sheltia. I'm going to leave her in the A rank. She does tank quite a bit, but not really as good as PDL or tank Albedo. So this one, it also has damage sharing, so like if you have a weak character like Aura and she gets attacked, then she'll take less damage and some of the damage will be shared with the Sheltia here, so it can't be taken out that easily. But still, I think it's better to have Armor Albedo or Platinum Dragonlord's armor. Next, let's look at the normal Sheltia. So I'm going to move her up to S rank. She is now on my main team and she does a whole lot of damage. Plus, because of her last skill, she heals up a lot. So sometimes she somehow manages to be the last player alive on my team. She even outlives Armor Albedo in some matches, so she's good up here. The original problem I had with her, which is why I put her in the A rank before, was that she didn't have that much HP. She usually died quickly in my teams. But yeah, if you build her up all the way, she definitely survives a lot. She can heal up, and most of the time people don't aim for her first, so you might survive with just a little bit HP left and then use that healing skill. Next we have this new albedo, the one that was in the, I forget what you call it, but the ones you have to use the special item to summon. So she's definitely strong, but not that strong. Maybe I'll put her up in S rank because she does do a lot of damage. And I'm not sure, but I've seen her do the same thing that Momon and Aura does, where she gets a free attack off every time another character on your team does an attack. I'm not sure which skill of hers does that, but yeah, that's pretty good. We have Shaltia here and Mare, which I've already talked about. And then we have Brain Anglaus. I've already talked about him. He does that skill where preemptive strike, so he can attack you just before you do your attack. Sometimes I've taken out characters just before they can launch an attack, so he's pretty good. And also, if you manage to keep him surviving until the end of the battle, like, he can basically get off 2 attacks on each person per turn, because he does the preemptive strike attack plus his regular attack. So he's definitely useful. Pestonia and Rena, I don't really need to say much about them. They're just the best healers in the game right now. They also do the thing where you get healed every turn, not just on the turn that they heal you. I'm not sure which skills those are. I don't have them unlocked yet. I've only unlocked Rena, but I haven't built her yet. But when I face the 2 of them in PvP, they are tough to beat, especially if you have something like Platinum Dragonlord on the same team, because then I can't get to take out the healer before the shield goes up. So yeah, if you have these 2, they're the best healers in the game. So next we have the Platinum Dragonlord. He can put up a shield around your entire team, which is pretty good. That's pretty good in most cases, because like, unless your enemy does a whole lot of damage, it's not going to take out a shield in one turn. And sometimes you get to soak up the damage from all the characters on the other side, so you get 1 full extra turn where no damage gets through that shield. But yeah, on my Momon, when I do his ultimate, I usually get through the Platinum Dragonlord shield in just 1 turn for 1 character, and that doesn't really work so well, so I guess Momon is a good counter to Platinum Dragonlord. And then we have Demiurge. So I've actually moved him down a bit, but not really put him in A rank right now, maybe just at the end of the S rank. So I was using him in my main team, but I've started using him in my second team now, just because I want to put more like main damage. So like Momon and Shaltia, they do a lot of damage up front. He does a lot of like debuffs and stuff like that, so he doesn't do outright damage. Like if he just hits an enemy, they won't take a lot of damage right there. It will debuff them and then they'll slowly take damage over time. And I think in my main team that's not really that useful, because he'll get taken out before he can stack a lot of debuffs. So for now I just put him in my second team. And yeah, then we have Armor Albedo. So for her, I've actually rebuilt her a bit, and I've put a lot of EP on her. So if you don't know, you have these 2 stats, EP and ER, which is effect resistance, that's ER, and then EP is how likely you are to land an effect on an enemy. So by increasing her EP, you're gonna do taunt to a lot more enemies, which is really useful for her. Once she gets that taunt off, the enemy can only attack her, so you're basically wasting your enemy's turns. And yeah, she's always on my main team, or any team that I use. And then we have Momon. So he's the best in the game in my opinion. I know a lot of people will disagree there, but he's my favorite character. And I'm putting him in the SSS rank because I have him at 6 stars, and his Arclight is also built up quite a bit. And yeah, he's pretty strong. He can take out almost anyone if you manage to get his ult off on them. And even if he doesn't have enough to take them out in 1 hit, he's gonna bring them down low enough so that Brain can take them out with a preemptive strike before they get their next turn. And yeah, he also does the second skill where he can follow up every time someone else gets an attack off. So he hits the second skill, and then let's say Mare does an attack, and then he gets another free attack afterwards. so that does a lot of damage. Also, when his Arclight procs, that second skill he does where he follows up on the attack, it gets stronger every time he does it, because his Arclight gives him more damage every time he does a basic attack. Yeah, so he's going to be at the top of the list. There's a few characters that I don't have to list here, like the new Aura, I don't have a picture of her. There's also a new Mare, the healer, I don't have a picture of them here. But I would say the new Aura would be A rank or A rank or B rank maybe. Not that useful. Again, you can use Entoma with her. They both do lightning based attacks. Also, you could use Nabe with them. And yeah, I've played the new Aura in the Monolith event, the side quest Monolith event. So I've played the new Aura there, and basically what it does is it does lightning effect on everyone, and then it has a skill that sets off that lightning effect. So it can do a lot of damage like that, especially if you have other characters in your team that also do lightning damage. The new Mare, it's just a healer, so I don't know, I'd maybe put them on the same rank as Rena and Pestonia. But really, if you already have Rena or Pestonia, I wouldn't bother getting another healer as well, unless you want more than one healer for more than one team. But I don't even use a healer on my main team, so I wouldn't bother with that. Who else is new? I don't think there's any new characters other than them. I think there's one more new Shaltia. Yeah, so the new one that came out recently, Mage Shaltia. I don't know, she does a lot of damage in PvP, but I think you really have to invest a lot to build her up. If you're just gonna pull her once from that event and maybe get her Arclight, so she's gonna be at 3 stars, I don't think she's gonna be that strong. But I've had times in PvP where she's wiped out my whole team. So definitely be careful if you go 1v1 with the Mage Shaltia. If you do encounter Mage Shaltia in PvP you want to take out in the first round, don't give her a chance to set up those debuffs and stuff, because it's going to wipe your whole team. And for that I think I'll put her in S rank as well. So she is definitely doing a lot of damage, but you need to build her up to get to that. Again, I think if you have at 3 stars with just her Arclight, she's not going to be that strong. But yeah, you can even 4-star her, I think, through Bond and through Dispatch, where you get those free shards every day. And there's an event going on right now in the game where they let you send more than the normal amount of characters on the Dispatch to get free shards. So I think now is a good time to 4-star the characters that you like if they're not already 4-starred. But yeah guys, this is my tier list for now. If you guys have any suggestions or think I'm wrong or something, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.